Hello, everybody. It is great to be here one more time today. My name is Gary Fowler. I'm the CEO, president, and founder of GSD Get You Done Venture Studios, a premier AI and quantum venture studio located in the heart of Silicon Valley. In fact, I'm in Palo Alto right now. I believe that intellectual capacity is evenly spread around the world, but opportunities are not. And so, with that, it's with great pleasure that I introduce my friend Nurul. He's an enthusiastic investment professional and a passionate mentor with over 15 years worth of experience. He's currently the vice president of SEAF, where he manages impact PE funds in Bangladesh. Oh, I want to hear what's going on in Bangladesh. Leading private equity impact investments in high growth SMEs focuses on tackling climate change, food insecurity, and lack of inclusion. So he's managing this fund in Bangladesh. He's assessed more than 150 deals, lead sourcing, due diligence, negotiating terms, etc. So with that, I'd like to bring my friend Nurul in board. Hi, Nurul. How are you doing today?
Hi, Gary. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm
You
fine.
know,
How
in
are you?
fact, the last time you were on my show was 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's a long time, right?
It's a long time. I mean, it seems like we've known each other forever. We've been
Yeah.
through COVID and everything else. So tell me, you went to so what's going on in Dakar? Is that where you are now, or you got your bachelor's degree in finance, and you also got your MBA. So you know, ha- what was your journey like? So you started and you graduated with your MBA in 2015 and your bachelor's degree in 2008. But how did you go down through? What's your journey been like? And tell us a little bit about what's happening in Bangladesh.
Right. Thank you for the nice introduction at the beginning. And as you said, like I'm a graduate, finance graduate, passionate finance graduate, I would say. Long back, 20, I would say bachelor's in 2009, then took some time to do some work and then completed my MBA in again in finance. Then all over my investment journey started, and I started from the stock market, like investment banking services, and gradually moved into private equity. So as you know, I'm working in SEAF. It's a global, fund manager focusing on climate impact. Lot of initiatives globally, more than 20 countries. Exciting things are happening in Asia and Africa and beyond. I'm enjoying my time with my colleagues here and getting busier day by day. And
So,
regarding Dhaka, regarding Dhaka, Bangladesh, so this is a new era, new beginning, as you know.
mhm.
So we are looking forward to see some good things. Yeah, that I can say.
So tell us a little bit about it. What's it like in Bangladesh today in terms of the environment? You know, um, what's the is it focused on AI? Is it focused on infrastructure? Is it focused on SMEs? What's happening with the market today? And you've got a lot of dynamic politics out there today, right? With China, with the US.
Yeah.
What's the current situation like?
Right. Excellent. Great question, Gary. So, as we spoke earlier, from that point and onwards, in the last 3 years, there have been significant changes in terms of technology. So, last time I told like technology would be a key driver in our country, and we can see AI is already here. So, this is not a new concept anymore. Most of the organizations they have entered into Bangladesh, like earlier they entered into India, Singapore, and some of the markets here in Asia, and now we see in every aspect, like if you are talking about tech financial organization, there is fintech. If you are talking about healthcare, there is health tech. Every aspect we can see advanced use of technology day by day, and AI is the game changer of Bangladesh. So we are looking forward to see some organic growth, because you understand this is a very small base kind of organizations that we are looking into. Over the years, we can expect some significant changes as well. So this is just the beginning for Bangladesh. I would say also Sri Lanka, Nepal, and some of the South Asian markets which I cover from SIF, and many technology entrepreneurs. So this market has many potential entrepreneurs. They have great opportunities, great business. This is a very large consumer market, and we are hopeful to see great things ahead. Yeah.
So how does it, how like how's the economy changed in the last 3 years? What's it like now compared to what it was like 3 years ago? How does can you see the feel the growth there? What's happening?
So this year 2025, the earlier year definitely was a transition due to some political shift, as you know. But before that, 2022 and 23, the growth was fine. That was the post-COVID recovery, I would say. And now this year 2025, first half or first quarter, we are not experiencing a good situation in terms of economic recovery. There is high inflation, high costs,
How
and
high
also
is the inflation right now? What's it like?
it was a kind of double digit, like above 11%. But very recently, it is tending to go down a little bit. But we don't expect any sharp decrease over the next few quarters. Gradually, it will move down to, I think, 6-7% level in a 12 months period or something like that. Yeah.
Huh, interesting. And why is it? Why did it change so much?
Uh, one thing is the economic shift. So if you see the political shift in Bangladesh, we have one shift in back in 1971. So that sort of major shift happened in 2024. So this happens like after decades. So this is not an usual case. And if you see in the long term perspective, not in the medium or short term, definitely this is a game changer for Bangladesh. Like, we would be joining in bigger groups, we will be introducing new technologies, with many foreign investment will come into Bangladesh gradually. So yeah, this is a great new beginning for us. But currently the situation, after every revolution, or whatever you can say, after every big shift, there are some challenges. It's part of the journey, so we are facing it. But I'm surprised to see within these challenges and difficulties we are facing, the economy is very resilient. So I cannot imagine the inflation is going down below single digit at this stage in Bangladesh, but it is happening, like it is tending downward. And economic growth, like it is peaking, it will peak up definitely. And if it goes above 6%, so you can imagine how resilient the country is. Yeah, that what I can say.
No, it's amazing. And what about? I got a question, Nurul. This it's interesting for me. How do the folks of Bangladesh view all the changes in the U.S. with Elon Musk and Trump and all that? What do they say?
No, the overall country, narratives and dynamics is going some ups and downs. So there are some mixed news, obviously some positives and some negatives. But over the longer period, whatever investors or whoever we are meeting, so for example, if you are speaking about some private equity investors, they are not betting on shorter term. So we are like looking at the longer
Yeah,
term.
no,
So
that's the way to do it. I mean, that's the whole thing, right? The other thing is there's a lot of inefficiencies in the systems that are out there, right? And we got to go down through. There's been so much pork barrel spending on nonsense things, and you
yeah,
got to you can't do that anymore. Everything's got to be optimized. Those old days where you could go down and do this pork barrel spending, those days are gone.
yeah,
It's not.
yeah, yeah. If you, as I said, like if you compare the situation, like the great revolution in Bangladesh, like the evolvement of student-led, movement, that thing is completely new. No, nobody thought that would happen in Bangladesh. And gradually, after a long time, this sort of, after decades, I would say, this happened in Bangladesh. So this is completely a new beginning. And we actually thought much worse situation may happen in Bangladesh due to, as you can imagine, like inflation, cost, and a lot of geopolitical pressure. But Gary, I can tell you, look at the economic data over the next few quarters. You will be amazed to see how Bangladesh is performing. So yeah, we are betting on longer term, but the challenges are there. Let's see what happens.
So, let's talk about empowering women. We said, with the impact and climate. So, what's it like in Bangladesh now I mean, the population of Bangladesh is what, about 170 million, correct?
Yes.
So, what's it
Yes.
like? I mean, how's it changed in the last 3 years in terms of empowering women?
No, this is the area actually we should focus very seriously, because this is not only Bangladesh problem. This is the whole regional problem. Like,
Mhm.
women empowerment is a big issue, and if we are talking about like food security or healthcare or education, everywhere we can see the nexus. Like, we cannot, without doing women empowerment, we cannot do anything. So this is the area where we should focus very very seriously, Gary. And from SIF, you can imagine, like, we are, as we are global investor, we are in the last 30 years, we have focused very seriously on women empowerment. And we are doing it in Bangladesh, in the Asia region since 2009 or 10, I believe. So it's more than over 15 years. But there is a lot of thing to do and a lot of opportunities. Many of the women entrepreneurs are not funded. So you can imagine this is completely a blue ocean, an untapped area where we
And
should
why
focus.
is that? Why aren't they funded, Nurul?
One area is like the traditional way of financing. So most of the entrepreneurs, they are mainly dependent on the banking system. So there is no private market, there is no robust angel investor network, no venture capital, private equity, private debt. And if you are talking about asset class like debt, equity, convertibles, everyone is dependent on bank loan. So this situation is completely unusual. It
Wait a
cannot
minute. So
happen.
what about there's no like venture capital? There's no angel investors. It's all based on the bank.
No, very few. Like if you are comparing with banks, it would be less than 1%. Like
How can it?
banks are,
Why is it like that? I mean, you guys got such an entrepreneurial, everything. I mean, I look at my clothes that I have. It's like everything says Bangladesh on it. Seriously, it's like unbelievable. A lot of clothes and things. So if you look at it, if you go down through and look at it, I mean, I think there's such, you have the entrepreneurs, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
so,
One
but
one one issue is there. I get your question, Gary, and this is definitely a valid point to discuss. Like one issue is the exit. So the exit paradigm or the exit opportunity is still vague to many investors. Like when started the investment journey, we're not sure about how we will get exit because a lot of things were happening in Bangladesh. And over the years after years, when we tried all those exits, so we got clear that there are certain ways that is possible, like in Sri Lanka, Pakistan, India, that the same thing is happening in Bangladesh. I would say the awareness issue, and still there is a lot of improvement needed in the policy and in the regulation. So the new government, one thing I can say, like it is more transparent than ever. It is more investment oriented, like the foreign direct investor oriented, and things are improving. So if you check the recent data, recent conversations, although investors are cautious, I understand their reason for cautiousness.
why
It's
are they
normal
cautious so, Nora?
due to the political shift, because it is a wait and watch time for many of them, and also due to the some political challenges, there are some student-led movement and a lot of other issues happening in Bangladesh. So it is not yet normal because it's a major shift that has happened. Over the next few quarters, we need to see what sort of development happens in Bangladesh. But most importantly, if you see how the government is structuring the policy level development and the overall regulatory system, this is definitely a positive move for the foreign investors. Uh, I cannot comment on when the timing, whether they will invest within like when they will enter into the market. It is up to them, but definitely I can see the development. So my understanding is this development you have seen in Vietnam or even in Sri Lanka, the country is moving, recovering and moving up. So that sort of development will happen in Bangladesh very soon, and there is no point to ignore all the policy level development and all these improvements. Yeah.
No, it's amazing. And you look at it. What, so how different is the political environment now there compared to what it was 3 years ago? How's it changed?
Honestly, I'm not a great follower of politics. I'm an investor, but overall, what I can see, the political dimension, it is going through a major shift, and this shift is not usual for investor. This is a big shock. Like this is a major shock, major shift, kind of shift. So we are adapting to it, and the situation, I believe it will improve, because we are at the bottom or the worst level at this stage. Lot of issues are happening. As I said, like cost pressure, inflation, political movements. Lot of issues are happening, and also safety and security issues are now a bit concerned in Bangladesh, Dhaka. So it should improve also. Otherwise, investors will not come and visit the
No,
country.
that's interesting. I didn't know there were safety and security issues right now.
Yeah, there is issues. There are issues, many issues in terms of like the security in the road and transport and everywhere. So it is an issue. But my understanding is this is very temporary. So we have a very good force and who are capable of handling it very efficiently. So it's just a matter of how we'll tackle the situation.
No,
That's
it's interesting. I didn't know that. You didn't know that there was such an issue there. Huh. Wow. And so, if you look at it, if you want to talk to those venture capitalists out there, what words would you tell them to invest in Bangladesh and Bangladeshi companies?
So there are plenty of opportunities, starting from agriculture, agri-technology, food security, like food processing companies, then some of the manufacturing companies, light engineering companies, technology companies. This is, you can say, like a new beginning for Bangladesh. Then some of the transportation and other service-oriented companies. So ranges of the investor should be sector agnostic, because most of the sectors are underfunded. There is not much investor in this country. So this is a situation where I understand, again I'm saying, like investors are moving like an wait and watch kind of situation at this stage. But this cannot, since we have a very good force, and Bangladesh is not a country like any other country, like in the Africa or any other region. We are we are in a better shape in many fronts. So it's just a matter of time.
Hmm. No, I mean, like I said, I mean, a lot of the things I see manufactured are from Bangladesh. So obviously, you're doing something to keep it moving forward. And with all the other challenges on the planet today, tariffs,
Mm.
etc., I mean, sounds like a great place to do things. So if you look at it, what kind of impact has AI had over the last 3 years? So you talk about empowering women, but how is it? Do you see like DeepSeek and ChatGPT? Are people talking about those technologies over there today, or what are they talking about? The generative AI and the application to business. Or what are you seeing? What are the three areas where you're really seeing an impact?
All right. So earlier we have seen, like they spoke about the overall integration of technology in terms of data processing and cloud, that sort of development. But in the last few years, I have seen many of the companies, especially banks, telcos. These are the big two giants in Bangladesh, and some of the other organizations, technology related organizations. They are integrating the artificial intelligence into the system. So it is making the overall services more convenient, time efficient, and very convenient for the consumers. Like again I'm saying, like this is a big consumer market, 170 million population, and perhaps within the top 10 countries in the world in terms of population. And
Mhm.
you can imagine that consumer market is very big, and young population obviously. So this sort of market, AI needs to have some space. AI is there, and it started the journey. There are some companies, AI companies in Bangladesh. Some of the investors, they have invested in the companies, and I can imagine more companies will come up. DeepSeek, ChatGPT, those are discussed long ago, so people know it very well. And the thing is, like they are now, like banks are thinking about automation, like electronic KYC related kind of things. Telcos are thinking of automated outsourcing or automated call centers. So things are moving very fast in Bangladesh, and our technology graduates from the top business schools and engineering schools, they are very good nowadays. So I can see great days ahead. Yeah.
Do you see a lot of startups starting there in the AI? Do you come across them? Are they are
Yeah,
they?
yeah, yeah. Like I'm personally, yeah, in touch with few of them. Some of those are invested already in Bangladesh, like the early seed stage or pre-series A stage. They are into that sort of investment they are having. And going forward, I can see some large scale solutions, as I said, like data processing, cloud, and also like human machine interface, what you have seen in the Middle East or in Europe. That sort of development will happen in Bangladesh, because our entrepreneurs understand the technology faster and very efficiently. So they understand the need, and due to the overall cost efficiency and also the service delivery, this is a must have service for Bangladesh.
And so you see those companies coming in. What do they do post Series A? Like, where do they get? Are there Series B, C level investors in Bangladesh, or do they go to other places?
No, the country, the entrepreneurs, they are now very, very cunning. They understand that they have the ability to go outside Bangladesh. Going global is an option for them. Many of the entrepreneurs, they ventured into Singapore or USA. So this is not a new thing. I think in the past few years, from 2020 up post-COVID region, I've seen like many of the entrepreneurs they have opened into Singapore, USA, in many places. and yes, they are having funded, they are getting investment, but this is just the new beginning. So I cannot say this is series B or C. This is, I can say, between seed and series L. Anytime, anything between this period. Yeah.
No, it's great. And you know, so if you look over the next 5 years, what do you see for Bangladesh?
One is the young talent, the young movement, and it will connect the technology to the next stage. So my belief is whatever we do in terms of manufacturing or service, technology will be again the next phase of development. Technology will have, due
Mhm.
to cost advantage, due to very efficient and great service, and even I can imagine like the talent and also the workforce in Bangladesh is very capable to do that. We have a very great workforce here, so we can we have many things to compete, Gary. So this is just another level we're thinking about. Yeah.
No, that's great. And so we see that, we see the growth. What kind of vertical markets? Again, let's talk about the verticals. What are the hot vertical markets? So if somebody VC is listening to my show and they're interested in investing in Bangladesh, what are the markets that are really hot? We talked about banking, but what do you see over the next 5 years?
So there will be at least two, three major industries. One is agriculture technology, one is supply chain and logistics, and another is I would say deep technologies like artificial intelligence, then AI-led cloud services. So these are the three markets. These will produce some unicorns from Bangladesh. Earlier we have Bikash, one of the major fintech from Bangladesh. Next, I can imagine like you see some agriculture technology companies, some supply chain and logistics companies, and some deep technology companies will come up. Yeah.
No, it's amazing. So listen, we're coming up to the top of the show. So closing thoughts and how do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, this is the challenging time. We have already passed major part of it in Bangladesh already. So going forward in the next couple of quarters, if we see some improvement, which is very likely, definitely it will be a sign for the investors, because, as I said, like they bet on the longer term. And yeah, I'm available on LinkedIn, on my email most of the time. So anything that is interesting for my investment or my mentoring perspective, I am open.
No, that's great. No, thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us one more time. It's good seeing you. I know we pass each other in the unicorn battles and things, but it's good to see you here. And it's good to see all my audience one more time for GSD Presents Silicon Valley AI and Tech. My name is Gary Fowler, and I'm your host. Stay happy, stay safe, and stay healthy. We'll be back to you again soon with another exciting edition. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you soon, Nurul. See you,
Thank,
everybody.
thanks for having me. Thank you.